You're listening to What She Grows Through, a podcast dedicated to empower and uplift Black women to grow their self worth. I'm your host, Chanel Amir, one of many dope Black women, creating a community for us to pour into and align with one another, uncovering our true feelings from sexuality to self love, to begin growing through life and evolving into our best authentic selves. Let's get started. What's up, beautiful? It's your girl, Chanel Amir, and welcome back to another empowering episode of the What She Grows Through podcast, where my intention is to celebrate the growth and mindful awareness of that growth and sisterhood that's gained because of it. We're all growing here. So, before we get into it, how are you doing? You good? I genuinely hope you are in this moment with me. And if not, I think this episode will help give you some empowerment to continue growing through it. With that being said, I want you to do something for me real quick. You could do this wherever you're at. Let's just take a moment to breathe. Like for real. We tend to be on go, but there's so much power in the pause. So before we go into it, let's just take a deep breath in. Pause and ease into the exhale. Let's do it again. Take a deep breath in. Pause and breathe into the exhale. Okay. Now that we're both on the same vibration, I just want to get into this episode that I have for you. So today, we're exploring the concept of blooming where you're planted, and how that we can take this idea of shedding self-limiting beliefs and growing into our favorite versions of ourselves, no matter where this journey takes us. And I don't know about you, but I'm so excited for this new season. We get more daytime, which is big. That unique smell in the air. I know you know what I'm talking about. I am welcoming spring all the way in. So, spring is all about new beginnings and growth, and you and I are going to dig deep on how this concept of blooming where you're planted can be applied to our lives now in this moment. And you already know I'm coming with a bunch of actionable gems that we can do this now, you and me, right now, together. So we can continue to grow and bloom on this wild yet beautiful journey towards wholeness. So let's get started. Now, if you haven't already noticed by now, I am very big on the metaphor of growing as flowers or trees because it goes so deep for real, and we are literally all connected. This idea of blooming where you're planted really resonated with me because it's a reminder that we can grow and flourish no matter where we are or what circumstances we find ourselves in. The idea is that just like a flower can bloom, even in the harshest of environments, we can find happiness and success no matter what life throws at us. Now, this doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive for better circumstances or work towards our goals, but it does mean that we can find joy and fulfillment in the present moment, regardless of what we're going through in the moment, because we what? We're always growing through these things. It's just up to us to be aware of it. And we can choose to see the beauty and the possibility in our lives beautiful, even when things are wild and tough. So, how do we do this? Well, the first step we got to get in our head is to cultivate gratitude. Of course, I had to start with this. Like, we can choose to focus on the things that bring us joy and appreciation for the little things rather than getting fixated on the things that don't really matter in the end for real, like what we don't have or all the things that are going wrong in the moment that we think are going wrong, or just the many challenges that we face as Black women. By focusing on what we're grateful for, we can then shift our mindset to one of abundance and positivity. Popular words in the mental wellness space right now, but it's true. And as we're learning Mindset is everything. This perspective can help us recognize all the opportunities for growth and beauty in our lives, no matter what's going on around us. Another way to bloom where you're planted is to focus on your personal growth and development. Like, yes, it's time to focus on you, beautiful. Oftentimes, we're so focused on everything else, whether it's friends, families, kids, woo, like, I don't got to say too much on that. We're left with nothing left to pour into ourselves. And that is where a lot of issues can arise, like burnout. We have to take time to do the things that will help us to be greater, investing in ourselves, learning new skills, pursuing our passions, and exploring new experiences. These are all crucial. And I'm just now scratching the surface of these things. This not only helps us grow as individuals, but it also gives us a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And that is literally what this life thing is all about. When we're growing and learning, we feel more alive and connected to the world around us. So, with focusing on your personal growth and development, it's important to nurture your passions and talents, beautiful. Invest in yourself, invest time in activities and pursuits that bring out the little girl in you, that gives you a sense of fulfillment. Google that word, like it's big. And by doing so, you'll not only enrich your life, but also inspire those around you. So you see, I be trying. I got ways to go, but I'm here showing up and focusing and doing the things. And finally, we can bloom where we're planted by making connections with others, especially our like minded sisters. Whether those connection is with family or friends or a community of like minded individuals like the ladies who support this show, the connection and support you can get from this are the key to our happiness and well being. By reaching out and forming meaningful relationships, we can find that comfort. We can find that encouragement, and so much inspiration in our lives can be poured into us. And that's one of the values here at What She Grows Through: connection, connecting and building a community and sisterhood, women who can uplift and support one another. Like, that's my intention. We don't have to grow alone. It's time we lean on each other for that encouragement and that guidance and that motivation as we journey through life together. So I hope you're getting inspired and hyped like me, like on this Friday. I wanted to, give you a little bonus and share a few more actionable steps on how we as women of color can begin to bloom right where we are, especially during this beautiful season of spring. So if you haven't already, get your notebook, your sticky note, piece of paper, write these things down and put it somewhere that you can see throughout the day to return your focus on what matters to you most in the moment. So, tip number one is to practice mindfulness and self awareness. Being present in your current situation. It's okay to acknowledge your emotions, your thoughts, and even the surroundings around you. By being in tune with ourselves, we can better understand what we need and how to nurture our growth. Tip number two is to embrace your unique journey, beautiful. Each of us, we have a different path, and that's a good thing. Filled with distinct experiences, lessons, and blessings, which is so dope. How about instead of comparing ourselves to others, let's celebrate our individuality and use our unique stories as fuel or nourishments for our growth. And we got to start sharing these stories too, having the courage to do so. Tip number three is to practice self care and self love. Prioritize your well being by taking part in those activities that nourish your mind, your body, and your soul. It sounds cliche, but it's so important. So those spas I just got winded at for my birthday, sleep, ugh, massages, journaling, getting cute, even just polishing your toes. The list can go on. Whatever self care means to you, incorporate those things in all three areas: your mind, your body, and your soul. And remember that you deserve to be cared for, beautiful. And that doing so will help you to grow and thrive. And lastly, tip number 4 is to set realistic goals and take those small steps towards achieving them goals every day. Build those small habits by breaking your goals down into manageable tasks and celebrate your progress along the way. It all matters. Remember that growth is a journey and each step counts. Whew, so, yes, I got all of that based off this idea of blooming where you're planted. Like, dope, right? It's all about finding joy, fulfillment, and growth in the present moment, no matter what life throws at you. You got it, beautiful. Trust me, you do. By cultivating gratitude, focusing on our personal growth, connecting with others, and all the other gems shared, we can find happiness and success no matter where we are or what circumstances that we find ourselves in. We can plant ourselves and grow strong roots because, we dope like that. So there you have it, my beautiful sisters. A bunch of actionable tips and gems to help you bloom where you're planted this spring season. As we prepare to embrace our authentic selves and start using this strong ass tool of mindfulness, we can remember that we are dope. We are really dope for real. We are resilient and we're capable of blossoming no matter where life takes us. So, thank you for rocking with me today and taking the time to listen. It's so appreciated and it doesn't go unnoticed. I see you. I see the impact that we're making. The numbers are making that very much clear. And that empowers me to keep going because I see that it's resonating with you. And I hope these gems inspire you to continue to grow and thrive in your own unique way. Please rate 5 stars and leave a review if any of these gems in this episode resonated with you. You can follow the show at What She Grows Through on socials, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we are on our countdown finally for the website that's turning out so beautifully. Like, I can't wait for you all to see. But remember that this growth thing is a lifelong journey. So sending you love and sisterly hugs. It's blooming season. We out here and we outside. And it's time to acknowledge that and start pouring into her. Keep blooming. I look forward to talking with you again. Until then.